and announcement of the top 5 designs. My name is Leighton White. I am a registered architect and senior project manager here at the UDC.
Adams, architect of the UDC. We have been tasked with guiding this afternoon's proceedings, hosted by the Most Honorable and Her Holiness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. Is everyone hearing me?
Change the mic, use the other one.
No, it was on. It was just low. Before we delve into the agenda, Leighton and I would like to acknowledge the presence of our specially invited guests.
The Most Honorable and Her Holiness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, Honorable Favour Williams, Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Finance and Public Service, Honorable Floyd Green, MP and Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, Honorable Thomas Tavares Finson, President of the Senate, His Worship Senator Councillor Delroy Williams, Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew.
Our Parliament Steering Committee members include Honorable Horace Chang, Minister of National Security, Marissa Dalrymple Philibert, MP for South Trelawney, Honorable Marlene Malihu Fort, Attorney General, members of the Houses of Parliament, Secretariat, Honorable Stedman Fuller, Custos for the Parish of Kingston, other senators and members of Parliament, Town Clerk, Mr. Robert Hill, and councillors of the KSAMC, Senator Albin Hill, Executive Director of the Economic Growth Council, heads of government agencies.
Representatives from the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, National Land Agency, National Housing Trust, Exim Bank, JAMPRO, Development Bank of Jamaica, NEPA, the Public Investment Management Secretariat, the Caribbean School of Architecture, Jamaica Institute of Architects and the College of Fellows, the Jamaica Institute of Engineers and Planners, the CIC, which is the Construction Industry Council, Master Builders Association, and the Jamaica Landscape Architects, ODPEM, and the PIOJ. We also have with us P.S. Riesden, and we want to recognize her as well. We have with us our competition jurors, which you will meet later on in the program, or members of the business community and residents of the neighboring communities of National Heroes Park, members of the government campus project team. We have students with us today, members of the media and well-wishers. The formal proceedings today will be concise, entertaining and informative. You are all a part of history. You will see history in the making today. Let us all stand as we pay respects. Mr. Andre Shepherd will sing the national anthem as our opening prayer.
Eternal Father, bless our land. Guard us with thy mighty hand. Keep us free from evil power. Give on light through countless hours. To all leaders, great defender, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we love. Teach us true respect for all. Stir response to duty's call. Strengthen us, the weak, to cherish. Give us vision, lest we perish. Knowledge send us, Heavenly Father. Grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we love.
You may be seated. Thank you, Mr. Andre Shepherd.
The government of Jamaica has mandated the UDC to manage the execution of its Houses of Parliament design competition. The competition concept was born from a desire to offer Jamaicans transparency, and to involve the people in the process, to envision a structure specifically designated for parliamentary sittings, not currently available at Parliament's temporary home at Gordon House. Here to welcome and tell you more about the UDC's involvement in the project is our chairman, Senator Ransford Braham.
Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, members of the Cabinet, members of Parliament and Senators, members of the Parliamentary Steering Committee, His Worship, the Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew, Senator Councillor Delroy Williams, members of the esteemed evaluation jury, Board of Directors, Executive Management, members of the UDC staff, Miss Heather Pinnock, Acting General Manager of the UDC, yes, Ms. Heather Cook now, who is our Clerk of the Houses of Parliament, and our staff who are here today, members of the professional bodies, guests, members of the media, and if I may depart briefly to welcome my colleague, Senator Floyd Morris, who is also here. I think I saw him coming in. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to welcome you to the announcement of the top 5 finalists and to launch of the first exhibition in the Houses of Parliament design competition. As an agency that falls under the purview of the Office of the Prime Minister, the Urban Development Corporation ensures planned and orderly urban development in its designated areas across the country. We take particular pleasure in having managed this first phase of the selection process and in finding the ultimate designer of the future Houses of Parliament. It is especially pleasing to us as the competition is taking place in our 50th year of making development happen in Jamaica. The architectural design competition opened for registration on the 17th of May this year, and in less than 2 months, we closed the application phase with a resounding response from local Jamaican interests and Jamaican living in the UK, Trinidad, Guyana, United States of America, Argentina, Italy, Canada, Serbia, Turkey, and Iran. I think that you should put your hands together for that. Stage 1 of the process was conducted in camera, where only the competition secretariat was aware of the names of the competitors and their submissions. I am advised that the team structures range from students to seasoned architects. The 24 design submissions that will be on show for the duration of the exhibition saw participation from a total of 178 Jamaicans, 30 participants being international architects and professionals who took advantage of the opportunity to be a part of this historic event. Also of note is that we received applications from male and female candidates as young as 21 years of age. All exhibits adhered to the guidelines and parameters outlined by the rules of the competition, and all achieved a very high standard of design. I think this deserves, it is now written in my script, a round of applause. The esteemed judges spent quite a bit of time deliberating the top 5 designs. To them we say thank you. Let me also use this opportunity to thank all participants for their efforts. The UDC is proud to represent a country with such talent and promise. To the top 5 candidates who will each be awarded $2 million, we commend you. As we open this national exhibition today, I would like to implore those of you in attendance to spread the word and invite your fellow Jamaicans to visit this grand showcase of talent and vision at the Jamaica Conference Center before it closes on the 24th of October. We will provide an opportunity for the rest of Jamaica to view the designs as we take the exhibitions to strategic points throughout the remainder of the year. The designs will also be available for viewing on social media and on the competition website, ourjaparliament.com. You may be aware that stage 2 of the competition also commences today, and 5 finalists now have an opportunity to further refine their designs and submit 3D renderings and further details by December 18th this year. The jury will reconvene in January 2019 to deliberate once more, with the final awardees announced in February. In closing, my heartiest congratulations to our worthy finalists. The UDC welcomes the opportunity to work with our talented architects in the future. We invite everyone to engage in the online conversation surrounding the competition by using the hashtag #OurJamaicaParliament, by visiting our Jamaica Parliament pages on social media, and following the 5 finalists onto the next stage of the competition. Thank you very much, and be most welcome.
Thank you, Chairman Braham.
The GOJ Houses of Parliament Design Competition has a distinguished panel of jurors. I will ask that those jurors here with us today be acknowledged by standing individually. They are Christopher Liu. Please give him a round of applause. He is the president of the Jamaica Institute of Architects. Then we have Jackie Ann Lawton. She will be speaking to you shortly, head of school at the Caribbean School of Architecture. We have Richard Picard. He is our newly minted Deputy General Manager here at the UDC, acting. We also have Elizabeth Pigou Dennis, historian, and many other things at the UTech, yes. And we have Dwight Ricketts. He is president of the Institute of Engineers. And we have Martin Addington, president of the Planners Institute. Our jury chair, Mark Raymond, could not be with us here today. He is from Trinidad, and he comes with a wealth of experience. The panel is joined by our competition patron. And I'll ask Suzette to share some more on our patron.
Thank you, Leighton. I'll start again. The panel is joined by our competition patron, a Jamaican-born and internationally recognized architect who is one of the world's foremost exponents of performance-based architecture. Among our patrons' many designs, which have repeatedly been recognized and awarded by the American Institute of Architects and architectural institutions around the world, he was selected as Chicago's best emerging architect. In 2013, he was elected to the College of Fellows at the American Institute of Architects. And in 2015, his firm, Adrian Smith and Gordon Gill Architecture, was ranked the #1 firm in the United States of America by Architect magazine.
Excellent.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Gordon Gill.
Thank you. Just a few words. Prime Minister, Chairman, I just want to thank you for including me in this process. The jury, I want to thank the jury for an outstanding effort over these last few months. And then to all of you who are in this room, congratulations. I think that to see the work, I have had the luck and privilege of seeing all of your work. I know that you've maybe only just seen your own, but I'm telling you that it's outstanding. I'm so happy for all of you. I'm so impressed by everything that's been done thus far in the competition. I think Jamaica will be very proud of what this means to bring the world to Jamaica's shores through the lens of architecture that you've achieved so far in just 2 weeks. I know what it means to do that in 2 months, sorry, in 8 weeks. I'm sure you're exhausted. I'm sure you're anxious, but the fact that you have traveled from all over to be here today to acknowledge those who have succeeded in the competition and those who have participated in the competition, I think is an outstanding statement of the unity of Jamaican culture from around the world. Congratulations again. I wish the 5 finalists all the best. I'm dying to see who they are, but I think it's going to be a fantastic project moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Architect Gill. I take this opportunity to invite you all to join us tomorrow at UTEC. Tomorrow at UTEC, we'll be having a joint effort where we'll be having the Ruskin Punch Memorial Lecture. And who will be our speaker? None other than Gordon Gill himself. He'll be sharing with us his wealth of experience on the topic common sense of performance architecture. So we invite all students, all professionals, all our technocrats to please join us at UTEC tomorrow at 5 o'clock, where Architect Gill will expound on his experiences across the world. I'm excited to be there, and I'm looking forward to seeing you as well.
Next is an item by Mr. Andre Shepard. Please join me in applause as I welcome him to perform the national song, I Pledged My Heart.
All protocols observed, good afternoon. We've had some changes where that song is concerned. And in a room of great people who will impact change, this song is for everyone. A change is gonna come.
I was born by the river in a little old tent. Oh, and just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long
long time coming, but we know, yes we know, change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard living, and I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know, yes I know, change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Said I go to the movie and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know, yes I know, change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. All right. And then I go to my brother man, oh brother, and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me down, back down on my knees. There's been times when I thought I wouldn't last for long. Now I know I'm able, yes we are, to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but we know, yes we know, change gonna come. Oh, yes it will, yes it will, yes it will, yes it will.
Please give him a hearty round of applause. Change is gonna come, eh? It's been a long time coming. Thank you so much, Mr. Shepherd. Since the launch of the Houses of Parliament design competition, there has been much activity surrounding this project. Our participants and jurors have taken part in site visits, tours of George William Gordon House, competition conferences, as well as engaging in a period of question and answer. All of this has provided the competitors and our jurors with a deeper understanding of the needs of the Parliament. The competition jury chair, Mark Raymond, is absent today unavoidably. In his absence, juror Miss Jackie Ann Lawton will present the report of the jury to explain their process and their general findings. May we welcome her to the podium with a hearty round of applause as she shares on behalf of the jury.
Good afternoon, Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, and Chairman Brasford. I understand that protocols have been observed, so I'll proceed with the jury report. I have been asked on behalf of my fellow jurors to tell you a little bit about what was involved with the methodology of our deliberations. So this brief report provides a summary of the proceedings and outcome of the deliberations of the jury for the first stage of the two-stage architectural competition of the design of the Jamaica Houses Parliament. I think the jury panel has already been introduced. The methodology was this. Subsequent to the submission of entries on the 17th of September 2018, the jury met at the Jamaica Conference Center on the 24th of September 2018. The jury visited the National Heroes Park, which is a competition site, and was provided with a useful and instructive tour of the existing Parliament facilities located at George William Gordon House in Kingston. Over the course of 5 days, the 24-hour individual submissions were individually and exhaustively discussed with a deliberate focus on the merits of each entry. Through a process of open discussion and debate, the premiated entries were unanimously agreed upon. The quality and diversity of the submissions have resulted in the jury deciding that 4 non-premiated entries were worthy of commendation. The jury was guided by the criteria identified in the terms and conditions of the competition brief. These are as follows: 1, concept and theory, architectural expression, language and form, relationship to context, urbanity. Our commentary, which was written and delivered at the end of the 5 days of deliberation, submitted, was inclusive of this. The jury was impressed by the overall range, diversity, and quality of the entries. A number of submissions proposed iconic concepts in which the built form served as a symbolic and idealized representation of nationalistic aspirations. Others engaged directly with the landscape of the park, exploring the possibilities of how building a building of national significance could be integrated into a public green space. Other schemes adopted a more traditional and in some instances formal and classical approach to the brief. There were also some notable approaches where competitors adopted radical design strategies in an attempt to reconcile the complexities of the challenge. Architectural competitions are not common practice for the procurement of buildings in the English-speaking Caribbean. Whether private or public, and this competition serves as a vivid demonstration of how design competition can offer significant value and benefit in terms of the quality of design of the built environment. Jamaica must be congratulated as the standard bearer in this commendable initiative, and the Jamaican people should be enormously proud of what was presented. The level of interest, imagination, and talent evident in these entries shows enormous promise for the future of architecture in Jamaica once these talents are effectively harnessed and directed and permitted to flourish in an environment too often characterized by expediency. The jury anticipates that the evident success and interest in this competition paves the way for a more creative and imaginative enterprise and the quality-driven approach to design and the built environment engendered by open competition. The jury looks forward to the next stage of the competition and to the development of the premiated entries.
Thank you, Ms. Lawton. The need for a purpose-built Parliament building has been decades in the making. And as we move further along our program, our host this afternoon, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, can be viewed as the catalyst in taking this major step forward in building on the legacy of our founding fathers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness.
Thank you, Leighton and Suzette. And by the way, I don't have the privilege of saying protocol observed. So you're going to have to bear with me while I go through the protocol. But I wanted to commend our performer today, this afternoon. He did Andre Shepard. He did an amazing job with the national anthem. To the point that I noticed that some of you were about to say amen. I certainly was about to say amen. And the song that he chose was quite appropriate, that a change is going to come. And that's how I feel, that there will be changes in Jamaica for the better. But change, of course, is never easy. And it usually comes after some amount of struggle. But I'm very optimistic that Jamaica will change for the better, and that what we're doing here today is a good catalyst for change. And I'm happy to hear from one of the jurors that we're going about change the right way. Competition, it's good. So, let me acknowledge the President of the Senate, the Honorable Tom Tavares Finson, CD, QC. Anything I forgot? And let me acknowledge my good friend Floyd Morrison as well from the Senate. And His Worship the Mayor, bear with me now, His Worship the Mayor, Senator Councillor Delroy Williams. The Chairman of the UDC, and we might have to add a few things. But you're quite well appointed. Senator Ransford Graham, QC, Chairman. The Honorable Stedman Fuller, CD, JP Custos Rotolorum of the Parish of Kingston. Ms. Heather, I almost made the same mistake. Ms. Heather Pinnock, the Acting General Manager of the Urban Development Corporation. And then Mrs. Heather Cook, the Clerk of the Houses of Parliament. And her staff, our town clerk, Mr. Robert Hill, and other councillors of the KSAMC, that is the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, who may be here. Especially invited representatives of the institutes and associations of architects, landscape architects, engineers, planners, master builders, and the construction industry. Members of the academic, business, and non-governmental communities and civic groups. Members of local faith-based community, the local school community, and especially our young students and other residential stakeholders. Members of the jury panel and the government campus project team, and of course, our competitors. Media representatives, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It was not so long ago that the UDC launched this historic national architectural design competition. Already, we are at the stage to announce the 5 finalists. I must congratulate the UDC on the seamless management of the project thus far. It is quite a fitting way to celebrate the UDC's 50th anniversary, and this is a significant milestone. The preliminary designs on exhibit here today are representations of the significant value and symbolism of a structure such as the Parliament building, it being the seat of legislative and executive authority of the state. I feel particularly proud as a citizen of this country to witness such a great display of patriotism and the enormous promise of Jamaica's future architectural prospects. From my understanding, the competition's jurors were extremely impressed with the level of aptitude, inventiveness, and skill evident in the 24 entries. And like you, I was very surprised to learn that we had entrants from as far afield as Iran, and Turkey, and Serbia, and Australia, people who are Jamaicans, but are all over the world. But their sense of patriotism would have led them to participate in this competition. Now, as you know, I'm not an architect, though I do profess to be the builder. But I have a genuine appreciation for design and the relationship between humans and the built environment. So I believe it would be remiss of me not to thank the esteemed panel of jurors who had the mammoth task of critiquing and deciding on the top 5 designs for the proposed Parliament building. And I would as challenging as this feat was for you in contributing to the announcement today, your most laborious task is yet to come when you are to decide on the winning design in due course. Allow me to also thank our competition patron, Gordon Gill, and the Joint Parliamentary Select Committee for their oversight of the process. Jamaicans are a talented people, and our accomplishments are known worldwide. Gordon Gill is a testament to this, and I don't need to go over his resume. But there are many other Jamaicans like that, waiting for the opportunity to make a contribution. And we're very happy that we were able to find a way to bring in the skill and experience, energy and passion of a Jamaican like Gordon Gill into such an important national project. I believe that what we are doing today with this design competition will leave a legacy for generations to come. The design competition was a creative methodology to help to determine how the Houses of Parliament building will represent Jamaica's rich heritage while considering the future needs of our society. The look, role, and function of the Parliament building will provide a beacon of leadership that we think is prudent to encourage nationalism and signal the sovereignty of our people and the empowering of our state to exercise the will of the people of Jamaica. We must be forward-thinking, especially in an age of globalization. At this time in our 56th year of independence, Jamaica needs a purpose-designed and built parliament building that will inure to our posterity. Now, I've been in Parliament now for 21 years, not as long as my other colleagues who can boast more than 35 years in Parliament. But I can tell you that the Parliament building certainly is not sufficient for us to effectively carry out our work. And it is not just for the parliamentarians, it is also for the staff that works there. Now, there will always be a debate. Is it a priority? Is it something that we should do? I'm certain that there are many other projects that we could seek to do. If the real question is that in building your country, you have to make some investment in ensuring that your state is strong, that your state can effectively discharge its duties and responsibility to its citizens. It is not for the comfort of the parliamentarians. It is about making the Jamaican state more effective. The problems that we have experienced as a country, which we usually try to treat the symptoms and not the underlying causes. So we will say the country is poor. We need more schools or better roads. So we should spend money on more schools, better roads. That's a fine logic. But what is the real reason why our country is poor? If you look at it, the real reason comes down to, one, a very strong distrust of the state, which makes it weak, which makes it unable to truly exercise proper governance of the affairs of the people. Our problem is a weak state. And if we are truly serious about correcting the fundamental problems of the country, then you have to start to invest in making your state strong. And the first thing to do, I believe, is to, one, ensure that you have a strong democracy by citizens who are participating, but you also need to have a strong representative parliament that is working in behalf of the people and have the facilities so to do. This movement is about making the Jamaican state stronger, not to become a prey on the people, not to abuse the people, but to make the people stronger. And I want the Jamaican people to consider that this is an investment in making our country stronger and improving our ability to administer the affairs of the public in a way that is beneficial to all. So, in making the decision that this is a direction in which we needed to go, this is what I considered. Other governments have come and have made attempts, but have not sought to carry it through to this stage. I want the Jamaican people to know that I am serious about carrying through this, to see to it that we have a parliament that all Jamaicans can be proud of. Symbols are important. It means something. It represents something. I mean, if your parliament is shabby, then what else can you expect to be shabby? So if it is that we're looking to have order in our society, order in public affairs, public order in public spaces, then let's start with ordering how we have our buildings looking, and feeling. And that is the vision for Jamaica. Today, I'm going to ask for some privilege to speak at large. Just today I had the privilege of being the guest speaker at the rededication of the Jamaica flour mills. We all know the flour mills is a 50-year-old institution. This is their 50th anniversary. And they're reinventing themselves and rededicating, looking to make new investments. And after 50 years of independence, we're 56 years now, I think it is time that we need to reinvent ourselves. I don't know if you don't see it, but our infrastructure, our facilities are old and creaking. They can't carry the capacity. The rest of the world is investing in their infrastructure and moving ahead of Jamaica. We are living on past glory. And if we are serious about our development and taking our place in the world, we have to make investments in our infrastructure. So I'm always puzzled by those among us who it would appear would want to see the Jamaica Conference Center remain as it is. The buildings downtown remain as it is. Who are literally, I can't say they are opposed to change, but seem to be afraid of change. But things have to change. And Jamaica has to come to that appreciation that we have to change, otherwise we will die. And I don't want to live in a dying Jamaica. All of you travel and you see what other countries are doing, and then you come back and criticize Jamaica. I can't bother with Jamaica. But for that very reason, that we have not been able to get the unanimity of opinion that we should move forward and change Jamaica for the better. This has been a learning experience for me in putting forward ideas that will change the landscape, give people access, but yet there is entrenched resistance. But it speaks to democracy. It speaks to the parliament, where these matters have to be resolved in the people's interest. But it also speaks to getting out into the communities and making the case. What we have done here by putting forward a competition has brought democracy to the process. And let's be clear, I haven't seen any of the designs. I have not whispered a word to anyone to say this should be in the design or this shouldn't be in the design. It has proceeded so far on a technical basis. There is a parliamentary committee, bipartisan committee, joint committee that has given some, I can't say political, but administrative and guidance as to what should be the parameters for judging and the requirements of the various designs that are put forward. So what we will get would be truly the innovativeness, the inventiveness, the creativeness of Jamaicans from all over. And the panel of jurors will select the one that best represents the general outline that has been created. The next phase, after we have selected, is to finance this project. And that's the next round of issues, but it will all be a democratic process. I was very heartened to hear the leader of the opposition say that this is something that Jamaica must fund. And I agree with him right away. That is something Jamaica must fund. But in the grand scheme of things, when parliaments are being built, and of course it's the exercise of sovereignty, but you know, Jamaica doesn't exist in the world alone. And you will have nations who will offer to say, as was the case when the UK Parliament was rebuilt. Jamaica sent, I don't know if, we sent a gift. It was, I think it was a mace. Right. And we will have people sending gifts to us, and it's all part of, you know, we're part of the Commonwealth, we're part of CARICOM. So you will have people who will want to, out of friendship, and we will accept it in the spirit that it is given. But at the end of the day, Jamaica must build its parliament. I don't know what the cost is going to be. And I'm certain that there was no parameter for acceptance regarding cost. But there were some guides. Oh, I'm happy to hear. But we're prepared to get this done. After 56 years of independence, it's about time that we can say we have established our parliament. And there are some other buildings, important buildings, that we need to do as a part of truly establishing the permanence of the state. We note the situation with our courthouses. We note the situation with our police stations. We have to start investing in those public buildings as symbols of the authority of the state, but as symbols of Jamaica that people can identify with. And we're starting with the Parliament of Jamaica. So I've abandoned my speech. I don't need to go any further, other than to say that I want to thank the 178 individuals in 24 teams that participated and submitted designs. And also let me extend special commendations to the 5 teams which will now progress to stage 2 of the competition. Congratulations and good luck. You have demonstrated your love, passion, patriotism, and creativity for your country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prime Minister. That was truly, truly inspiring.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the point in our program we've all been anxiously awaiting. Which 5 designs of the 24 on show will move on to the next stage and be awarded $2 million Jamaican dollars? Each. We have design participants that have traveled very long distances and sacrificed their time and energy in hopes of playing a notable role in Jamaica's heritage. Our Parliament building will be an iconic representation of our talented citizens.
The entire process was done in camera, so we are as excited as you are to find out who these top 5 teams are. Here to make the highly anticipated announcement is our acting general manager of the UDC, Miss Heather Pinnock. Please make her welcome.
Good afternoon. It is my absolute delight to be here to lead this part of the process. And I must say how very pleased I am to be here in a room, especially as a graduate of the School of Architecture here in Jamaica. I am so excited to see mentors, teachers, friends, colleagues, and even people I taught, even students. Here, I am so very proud of you all. Based on the presentations that went earlier, you should have an understanding of the level of deliberation and design elements that were considered by our jury. Let us appreciate that this judging process was not at all an easy exercise. So excellent were the designs submitted that our panel saw fit to commend 4 additional designs outside of the top 5. So, I am pleased to announce, in no specific order, these 4 commendations. And they are led by, I'm going to call the name of the registered architect who leads the team. The architect and team can stand so that we can see you. It's in no specific order. And the first is Mark Taylor and team. And the second is Christopher Wimstone and team. The third is Adrian Smith and team. No Adrian Smith and team? And the fourth is David O'Connor and team. I will not lengthen this by sharing my continued personal enthusiasm in this moment, and I will get straight to the meat of the matter. Prime Minister, I ask you to join us on the stage, well, the platform. We will ask that the lead architect from each of the 5 design teams present today join the Prime Minister on stage when they're called. You will be required to stay on stage for the photo opportunities, and first we'll take the registered architect and then the rest of the team can join. So, ladies and gentlemen, the 5 architectural designs shortlisted for entry into stage 2 of our Houses of Parliament design competition and to be awarded $2 million Jamaican dollars each, in no specific order, are from the teams led by these Jamaican architects. Architect Ravi Sital. And now I invite the rest of Architect Sital's team to join him. Just go down. This is their team. Quickly, please. Briskly. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, thank you, Architect Sital and team. The next finalist is Architect Evan Williams. Architect Williams, if the rest of your team is with you. All right. The next finalist is Architect Stephen Facey. Being received by Architect Patricia Green. And are there other members of this team here? Please. The next finalist is Architect Gwyneth Anderson. And are there other members of her team? And our fifth and final finalist is Architect Damian Edmond. He's coming. Architect Edmond's team can make their way forward as well. The all-male team. Thank you, Prime Minister, and congratulations again to our top 5 design teams. You exemplify leadership by design. At this point, I want to pause and welcome the Speaker of the House, Colonel Charles, who has joined us. Good afternoon, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, as we bring to a close the formal proceedings of this launch of the Houses of Parliament. Sorry. Good afternoon, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, as we bring to a close the formal proceedings of the launch of the Houses of Parliament exhibition, allow me to thank architects Adams, Rickards, and White for leading the proceedings this afternoon. Leighton is a senior project manager, and Suzette is a senior architect on Team UDC, and they have brought their enthusiasm and experience to leading this process to date. Again, thank you to our portfolio minister, Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness. Your leadership and vision in this process has ignited renewed energy in Team UDC and indeed furthered the spirit of nationalism amongst all Jamaicans. This Houses of Parliament design competition is being executed as a joint effort of the Government of Jamaica and coordinated by the UDC. And I want to say a special thanks to our chairman, Ransford Braham, and our board of directors. The process has also been made possible through the invaluable support of our competition patron, Architect Gordon Gill, the Parliamentary Steering Committee, other members of Parliament, the administrative team at Gordon House, the Jamaica Institute of Architects, the Jamaica Institution of Engineers, the Jamaica Institute of Planners, the Construction Industry Council, the Caribbean School of Architecture, and the Faculty of the Built Environment at the University of Technology, and other associated professional bodies and institutions. I must also express great gratitude for the contributions of our hard-working competition secretariat and the panel of jurors chaired by Architect Raymond, who is the chair of the Association of Commonwealth Societies of Architects in the Caribbean, along with all our partners who have made this possible. To all of you, the UDC says thank you. Let me thank also all who participated today. Our panelist, Joel Ashburn, our soloist, Mr. Andre Shepard, for performing the national anthem and that touching song. To Architect Jackie and Lawton for delivering our jury report, to our communications team, our technical crew, our caterers, our decorators, and our event planners, we salute you. Now, before the Masters of Ceremony close this section of the proceedings and give directions about how we move to the exhibition hall, there are a few things I want you to remember. First, great effort has gone into the designs that will be on exhibit. I implore you to spread the word and invite your fellow Jamaicans to visit the showcase that will be here at the Conference Center until October 24th. Thereafter, there will be other opportunities to view the designs as we will take it on tour across the island all the way till December 10th. Please visit the website rjaparliament.com and follow us on social media for more details. Our top 5 finalists have much more work to do. The deadline for their submissions of their detailed designs, including massing models, will be December 18th. The public will have access to view the more detailed designs by way of another exhibition that will run through January and February of 2019. It is within that period that we will launch the People's Choice voting system for the public to weigh in. The jury will deliberate, and an announcement will be made of the final winner in February 2019. Stay tuned as we continue to lead by design. Thank you.
Well, there we have it. These are the representatives from the top 5 teams in the Houses of Parliament design competition. Mr. Ravi Sital, Mr. Damian Edmond, Mr. Stephen Facey, Ms. Gwyneth Anderson, Mr. Evan Williams. Can we have another resounding round of applause for them? The dedication, hard work, and love for Jamaica have put them on the track to make monumental history for this and future generations. One of these design teams will win an additional $5 million Jamaican when the winner is announced at the end of the competition. Please remember that the works on exhibit are conceptual and contemplates the future houses of Parliament. Leighton.
All right, so these are our instructions for the remaining portion of the evening. The representatives of the 5 finalists, we're asking you to meet with us here after we conclude upstairs. At 3:30, we'll be giving you the directions in terms of what is required of you in terms of media opportunities. It would be remiss of me also to not recognize 2 very special persons here in this room today. I'd like to recognize my mother and father who are sitting right here. I want them to stand and recognize them, please. Luther and Maxine White. They are the reason I'm here today. Thank you so much, Mommy and Daddy, for coming and being here with us today. Is that all right, Mr. Prime Minister? Thank you so much. All right. So while everyone remains seated here in the conference room, I invite our 5 finalists and their team reps to join the Prime Minister as he visits the exhibition hall for the official ribbon cutting and inaugural viewing session of the design exhibition. We ask that you focus on the digital screens, left and right, that are provided here to see firsthand the opening of the exhibition and the first sight of the designs. You will then be invited to view the exhibition immediately following the formalities, after which refreshments will be provided adjacent to the exhibition. So to be clear, the representatives of the 5 teams will go with our Prime Minister. You will show him your design and have brief discussions, and we will take pictures at that point. The teams that accompany these finalists will also go afterwards. I will indicate when, and we will take a group shot of all of these 5 finalists and their teams with our Prime Minister. We will remain here while that is happening, and upon the cue, then we will all go and view the exhibit. So once again, thank you to our worthy participants, and we invite you and Jamaicans here and across the world to engage in the online conversations surrounding the competition by using hashtag, and we've said it several times, you should know by now, or JA Parliament, and following the teams online at or JA Parliament. Our website, once we give them the go, will be publishing all of your entries instantaneously. And you'll be able to view and download at your leisure all of the works that have been submitted and are on exhibition today. You will also have the opportunity to download and read at your leisure the jury report in its full entirety. So this is an open and transparent process, so all are welcome to review and, at their heart's content, understand what has happened thus far. The GIS is also inviting the top 5 for a very special interview in the exhibition space. So be prepared, top finalists, for an interview when you're finished with the walkthrough with the Prime Minister.
Are we all
clear?
That should be at 3:30 later.
Right. So we now invite our Prime Minister to make his way, and the 2 representatives from the teams will follow as we go and cut the ribbon and officially open the exhibition. We'll also invite Mr. Gordon Gill and the chairman as well to be a part of that process. So turn your eyes to the screen. Yes, this decision was taken because there's a space constraint where the exhibition is. So we'll all be a part of it, but just momentarily. Are the teams going? I'm not seeing full movement. 2 representatives, yes. In the interest of time, it would be good if the other team members could also, line up outside as well. So at least there is no delay in that process. By way of information also, the next item on our schedule in this competition is a question and answer period. For the next 2 weeks, the competitors are allowed to send us questions related to their entries or related to the competition, and the competition secretariat will make responses within 2 weeks following that officially on our website to all, so that everyone will be aware of what questions came in and the answers that we generated from those questions. Following the question and answer session, then the design period continues, and we will be expecting the 5 teams to submit their designs by December 18th. Did I say something? Oh, the Prime Minister is there. Okay, good. Awesome.
Feel free to mingle. You don't have to sit and, just mingle, walk about. And at some point, we'll need the 24 contestants for a photo op. Thank you.